Good afternoon, Zinger Nation. And yes, it is being a tough atmosphere out there. We're getting into the red and continued into the red. We'll take a look to see if we get a little bit of a relief rally here. But definitely, it's been a tough day. CPI data reaction. We'll talk all about it. That definitely led the day. We'll talk also about the earnings from Stitch Fix. We could talk about Goldman Sachs. Definitely. I don't know if you caught this morning. Joel Elconin might have been definitely right with that. Goldman acts more like it, coming on in with some sales on Netflix, eBay, and more. So stick around. We'll talk all about that, of course, right here on At the Close. And do me a favor, guys. Start us up with some likes. Can we get to 100 likes today? Let's go.
All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Joe, what's going on, my friend? What is going on out there? It seems like it's just a sea of red.
Yeah, we caught that. We caught that right away, right? During the number, never really lightened up, man. We came down 3,900. I mean, the only thing I could say about 3,900 is that it's 3,900. Let me share my charts here.
Let's do it.
No
Let's take a look.
level really to lead on there. No daily low. You know, I like my daily lows, or at least one daily low, 2 daily lows in the same area. No can do. We're trying to bounce. We just on that last bracket, that last 15-minute bracket, we got to 43 and a half. What I'm focusing on here for these final 28 minutes is 32 and a half. And if I told you why it's 32 and a half, I'd have to kill you. But as long as we stay above 32 and a half, I'm thinking we got a chance to rally. If we don't hold 32 and a half, baby, look out below. I don't know if they're just going to crush this thing right into the close, but that's what we're looking at. Crude giving a little bit back, down a $1.06, 120.45. Gold perking up here, finally.
Inflation station.
Inflation, gold inflation.
Inflation station on gold today.
I don't even know. I don't even know what my cost. I have one of these portfolios, and I never look at it. I've had it forever, so I think I'm doing okay on it. Silver, big turnaround, up 9 cents, 21.91. Just going back to this gold here, undercut and rally, right? Took out the lows of the move, and then this is the pesky high right here, 1878.60. We got to 1879.60. But we kind of backed off. So that's what you need to clear to get a look at 1900, excuse me. Silver, that was the leader on the way down the last couple of days. That's bouncing back, trying to get into the 22 handle. That's up a dime at 21.92. Now, the inflation hedge that everyone thought was the inflation hedge, Bitcoin down $900 at 29,000 right on the kisser. And Ethereum continues to just leak, down $108.50 at 1672.
Boren telling me to smash that like. Mitch got internet. Don't hold on to your breath too long. I already saw it jumping a little bit there. But the tech is coming out here. Spectrum's going to get this fixed. I'll tell you right now.
If not, Mitch, I will fly down there myself, and I will take a look at it for you.
Yeah, we'll get it rolling here. That's for sure. And I mean, the speed I'm paying for is good there. It's just bouncing up and down. But we're running good here now. And the biggest thing is, what is an inflation hedge? Where do you go? That's the question nowadays. I mean, there used to be like, okay, you're going to Bitcoin, you're going to gold.
I don't know.
Maybe you're looking at some other areas, but even oil, even energy coming down today. That's a tough.
Yeah,
it's a tough one.
Ooh, they finally came after those utilities, huh?
Even utilities, man.
Yeah.
Even utilities taking a beating.
I don't know. I know.
That's the tough part.
Spielmeyer LP says CVS seems like a good hedge because they have positive news recently. I was going to say CVS is a good hedge because everyone is sick and tired of this market. They're going to need some medications. That matched its recent low of the move and got a nice rebound, not looking bad. So you have an area to lean on. So that's not looking bad. I mean, those CDs, yeah. I mean, you could talk about, oh, well, if you're getting 3% on your money, well, you're losing 5% because of inflation. But would you rather lose 5% or lose 10%? So
That's what it's coming down to nowadays. I mean, it's like, like cash is kind of king, right? I mean, even if you just got cash, I mean, it's nice to have cash versus losing and losing and losing on those investments right now. It's a tough thing to look into your portfolio. But even, I mean, I was looking today to maybe seeing because the CPI data, right, came in. We got the CPI coming in at 8.6. The expected was 8.3 year over year. And I would think that this would mean, okay, so the Fed means more hike rates coming forward. So more of them coming forward. So you would think that the banks would get some rallying off of that. But not even the banks today.
Yeah, you know why? Because who's going to be borrowing money during a recession, right? I mean,
that's the truth. That's
yeah.
the truth. There is that the borrowing is definitely starting to dwindle. We've already seen starting to show up. So, oof.
Okay, all right. Are we fuzzy? Is that because of my internet or is that because of your internet?
Who's saying we're fuzzy? Is it you?
Maybe it's my internet. I rebooted that thing yesterday.
You know
But
how it is, man. We're fighting through here.
all right,
The
Bank
chat
of
will let us know.
America. Let's go. Let's rip through the banks. Bank of America. We talked about the low of the move. Ooh, that got
chart
down
does
to
not look good.
Well, it got to 33. That big number of 33. Who gave you 33 this morning? I gave you 33. 32.96. That was the low back on the 20th. That was that Freaky Friday. 33.02. Boom. Now getting a little bit of a bounce. So let's look at JP Morgan. Let's see how that's reacting today. Down 5 sticks, no bounce at JP Morgan. But if you want a silver lining here, you had a gap to fill at 119.67 and you got to 119.32. So congratulations to you gap traders out there that were waiting for that. Wells Fargo, how's that traded today? We'll just rip through all these banks real quickly. Wells Fargo, boom, not good. This is the week link taken out. Did make a new low of the move. Not good for that. Citigroup, nope. That filled the gap too, but nowhere near the low of the move. And if you just go en general, you look at the Select Spider, still holding above that low of the move.
What about the Goldman Axe?
Did we dissect that one pretty good there in Netflix?
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. Let's take a quick look at it. We could take a look at Netflix here, and Goldman Sachs coming in today, and it's almost like they knew the market was going to get hit hard because they came in with their selling shoes on, and they knocked a couple of stocks, eBay, Roblox, but coming in on Netflix here. And this one definitely showed some pain here. The new price target, and I'm looking it up right here. So the new price target is at 186.
You see, I don't know. I mean, to me right now, it's a green candle. So right now the street is saying, nah, Goldman Sachs. We're not following for this. 182.64 open. 180.85 low. Didn't quite get to the lower 180 handle, 180.17. I think I was talking about 180, but then when I got the lines together, it was more the 177, 170 77 and a half area. So I can't really hang my hat on that one. But look tomorrow, look Monday. Let's see what happens. Let's see, keep an eye on that closing price. to see if Goldman still has some more influence. So, but
Let,
but
let's
what
see
are you
the
going to do?
eBay. How did eBay do? How did that one? Because
I
I
bet
was
you that. I
interested in
bet
that
you.
one.
I bet you that
Because that
bounce.
one I have a downside look, at least.
Yeah, well, it
Hold on a
has a
little
green
bit.
candle. It opened it in slow and then popped. It popped. It didn't quite get into yesterday's range, and it's coming back down. So, you didn't get to the extra super support. Where you
Okay.
had the multiple lows.
Kind
So
of hung on.
that, and what else was there that they pick on?
Roblox. They picked
RV.
on they were on their selling shoes today. They got my
Yeah, this
blue
one had
shoes on
exerted a little
again.
bit more influence. Opened, nope, couldn't quite get into yesterday's range. Nope, 27. I talked about it trying to get back into yesterday's range, and then I talked about the 50% retracements, and really none of that is really taking place. But what I want to do, and if there's one lesson that we learned this week, okay, that lesson's going to be if Business Insider comes out with a deal, we are going to put our selling shoes on and we
Yeah,
are just
Roku
going to
baby.
sell, baby.
Yeah.
Palms out. Look at
I
that.
I was shorting
Netflix
Roku
buying
early on
that.
the week. Earlier in the week, I
Dang.
had that same feeling, man. I was like, buying it? Buying what?
Buying, yeah, what? For what? One overvalued company buying another one? Uh, but now this has come back all the way down below the point of origin. So a lot of people stuffed on this one, down 877. Boy, oh boy, the crickets on Business Insider on that one. And looking for more trading near the lows of the session. Will we? Let's see. Trying to hold this daily low right here, 82.71. You hit 82.74. Minor bounce here. Ooh, after that, you're looking under $80, and I think you may see that on Monday if we continue. Spruce now have taken on their complexion here under 32. Just can't maintain a bid there. Pretty just lost a quick 20 handles.
All right, let's take a look at the docu and how that performed after their earnings reporting yesterday after the bell. And this one missing here. EPS was at 38 cents, missing the 46-cent estimate. Sales were at 588.7 million, beat the 581.76 estimate here.
Man, the bad news,
Sideways.
yeah, bad news is it undercut the low of the move. We talked about that 65. It bounced off it early. I mean, it was good for a scalp early, right? This is the transition to the regular session. Boom, right
Yep.
here. You thought you were. Oh man, did I ever catch the bottom here? You rallied. Boom, boom, boom. Come back undercut, stop bought. Oh, those people that bought the open and rally again. The good news is it's above that low. The bad news is, man, it's not too far away from it.
Yeah, I mean, I could just take a look at that monthly chart, and
Oh,
until I see something green on there, that just scares me. And that's what I'd be paying attention to more and more in this market is those monthly charts. Is the reason why Joel uses that monthly and has that monthly chart there for us. I think I always try my best when I'm trying to definitely look at a stock and see the outlook. Take a look at those monthlies, and if you only see red candles on those monthlies, that might give you
they ain't gonna
the
make no
sign.
green. They're just not gonna make a green candle for you, right?
Yeah.
To make you happy. I think someone asked me about this a while ago about Netflix getting into it after earnings, right? And, it did give you a little bit of a green candle last month, right? 204,378. You focus on that monthly close, 197.44. Huh. Didn't stay above there very long. So, now 197.44. Boom. That seems like a long ways away, especially with the Goldman Sachs downgrade to sell.
All right, we could either go into some other stocks that were taking a hit, like Tesla today, or do you want to touch Stitch Fix? I'll let Joel decide here.
Stitch Fix.
Because
Man,
I don't think they're fixing those stitches anytime soon.
let me see. Stitch fix, stitch fix. Looking at the chart this morning. Oh
Oh, it
man,
was a tough one.
I don't think this one bounced. I'll probably
Let's
be
take a
wrong.
look.
Nah,
Let's take a
it
look.
a little. Ooh, it opened up high.
Yeah, we got this
Wow.
opening pop. There were some bull traps real quick.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I saw
Uh
some out there.
oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Look at that. Holy, holy, holy. Stitch Fix bat never got down to that pre-market low though. Pop nowhere near yesterday's range, but just oh boy, new low on the move, man. Maybe I think I said about this one. Put your stop above $7 and you get a close above 7, and maybe you want to look at that one.
Uh,
Now we're in trouble, folks. Now we are now at 39.15 and a half. We are now
losing altitude.
15 handles from the low of the session. And if you think there's going to be buy balances today, I don't know.
Watch out.
You may need your head examined. We could get another. Well, we all need our head examined, but
Well,
we'll see. We'll see that 350 push.
I think someone's losing a little bit of their alpha push there because Elon's tweets today and his tweet on the FSD beta version coming out in 2 weeks didn't do much for the stock there. Let's take a look at Tesla as it's coming on down, and UBS. I don't know if you're watching the show right
Yeah.
now, but you might want to pull back that 50% potential upside.
Can you believe that?
I think
Yeah.
it's crazy when analysts do things like that, Joe. I think they should be a little bit limited there to say things like that, because I mean, you as an investor, what would you think if you saw an analyst group like UBS? And we're not talking somebody small, put out a 50% upside look on a stock. I mean, I'd be looking at it bullish if I didn't, do my own
Yeah.
technicals.
I mean, for this one, now this is a rarity here, and for you traders, and I think I mentioned this on a lot of other stocks, but it snuck into yesterday's range. I mean, this is such an important thing on days like this, and it works the other way too. Uh, Look at this. Yesterday's low, 1770, 717.98, 1912 close. That little fall rally off the open, where'd you get to? You got to 17.9. You got above that by 52 cents, and then they flushed the toilet, took out that 690 low, back above it. I mean, how the heck can you trade out that guy's tweets? But yeah, now it looks like you're going to get your first close. Could get your first close under 700 since May 25th.
Yeah, it's definitely something that we'll keep on watch. I mean, that monthly chart also one of those charts that I've just been seeing just slowly tick away and hasn't shown much strength towards the upside. Um, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at some other stocks. If you guys got a stock you guys want to check on out, we'll go ahead and do so in the chat. You guys can throw it up. Yeah, Bill, we talked about the banks. I don't know if you were here a little bit earlier, but definitely JPM down 4%. Looks like Biden might be speaking right now on inflation. So I did see the chat kind of mention that there. Just keep on watch. I'm sure he's going to be talking about the CPI data that came out. And it was a little bit hot. And then when we take a look at certain areas, I was taking a look at this and was trying to pay attention to see, what really has been going up here, and I mean, core inflation just never ticked down, and that doesn't even include, energy and food. So that just kind of goes and shows you that definitely that topping of inflation that we're expecting to see is just coming in very slowly. And shout out to Blue Putnam. I mean, he kind of gave us that insight real quick that, yeah, the data could be kind of topping out, but you see this data lag a lot in these reports.
Yeah.
And that's we're seeing the clear example there. But it's tough. Let's take a look at some of these oil trades too, because they pulled back significantly. Let's take a look at that baby ExxonMobil here and see how oil is looking after this pullback. I was talking about $100 pullback today, getting back there right by 100. So where are we at now?
We got to 10084. We did talk to this one. $99.49. That was your 3-day low. If you were holding out for that, you didn't get it. You probably had a little bit of optionality in this one, right? People that long 100 puts, and then this thing gets under 100, and they start buying the stock against it. So that probably brought it in, getting a nice little rally, nice little breather. Instead of looking left, look right. Let's see if you get sustained closes here over 100, maybe one, two, three more. Build a little base and then make a run up back again at that 105 area. Our focus number next week won't be 105.57. That was the high of the move, but it will be 104.59. And how many times do you see this kind of trick here, folks? You have the high of the move, right? 105.57. That was on Wednesday. I don't want the 15-minute chart. And the next day, right? Boom. You come in, you open a little bit lower, right? A little bit lower. But then you rally and you get within 2 pennies of the mark. So I just want to illustrate to you guys how important those marks can be on the bottom of the ranges. All right, we're moving in, and we're moving in 2 3 point clip increments here. I think, I don't know, Biden trying to get a little rally going here. I'm seeing just boom, 14, 16, 18, 16, 14, 12. So they're out there slinging, man. If you guys are going in here, go in, put your stop in. If you probably put your stop in before you put your order in, your stop will probably get hit, and then you'll have the opposite position on. So be careful out there. We're
Those
really,
reverses.
yeah,
Those reverse
reverse,
traders over
reverse.
there. Hit the
I tried
reverse,
that.
reverse.
I tried that a few times in the last hour, and I'm like,
I'll say you
no,
might be better off, like the song goes, and cha-cha two-step, right? 'Cause,
exactly.
you might as well just dance, because it's one of those types of markets on out there.
Are we
And it's
seeing
been a tough one.
balances? Did the balances come across there on Pro?
I'm gonna take a look here. I'll take a look while we talk
Okay.
about some stocks here. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look here at some of the ones mentioned in the chat. I did see someone say CGC, another 52-week low. That was Bill. Cannabis looks like no one's buying the cannabis, I guess.
Oh, no one can afford to. Oh
No
boy.
one can afford it, man.
Look at that.
Consumer
Oh my
expenses going
God.
down.
Yeah, people aren't buying the hooch, man. They don't have, if they fill up the tank, they don't have enough
Yeah.
money to go to the what do you call them? The what do you call those
Dispensaries.
dispensaries, and they're popping up like wildfire around here. And I'm thinking, man, you ain't gonna be around very long. But
Yeah.
anyways, CGC, what it's Tilray. I bet you
You
Tilray's
know
at
what the
$5.
thing is here, Joel? I think is that the mom and pop shops are probably hanging around, but these big brands, they're not killing it in here. They're not killing it.
What about how's Colorado? How's the state of Colorado been doing on it overall? They've been bringing in some coin.
No, you know what the thing that happens in Colorado is that so there's always the battle, right? In each state, there's going to be growing and there's going to be like the cost per ounce. That's what I would pay attention to, right? And so there's a certain cost, right? And so what happens in Colorado is the same thing that they're battling in California, where it's kind of gotten to like dirt cheap. So it's kind of hard to make money on things that get dirt cheap, right? So that's the thing that happens in Colorado. Of course, you got your higher end stuff, but that they're battling also the black markets still around, because that's the truth. And we need
That's what I
federal
always said.
legalization.
Yeah.
And the black market actually steps in a lot of the times. And if it's dirt cheap and it's legal, you could just imagine it's probably even cheaper in the black markets. So I think that's what affects Colorado, California, and the U.S. market overall. And until we get actual federal legalization, that's going to be a continued battle there.
Yeah, that was the whole reason I was skeptical, was because of the black market.
So I got some imbalances here for us. I got 691 million to the sell side as we keep coming down here and start coming down. I think by the end of the market, you might see that even a little bit higher. Definitely showing some sell side imbalances here towards the close. And we got a little bit of a rally. I was thinking we'd get a little bit of a rally, but yeah, this didn't hold at all.
Dissipated. Yeah. Now the question is can they pop the low? If they
Can
pop the low,
390? Yeah. Can they take out
pop the
390s?
low, get everyone scared, or is this like, okay, the shorts are like, okay, we're near the low. Now I want to cover. I don't want to go home short over the weekend, but we're trying to stabilize. Actually, that daily low that I mentioned earlier in the show, 39.1550, bouncing around that quite a bit, but now shaking at 39.10. Microsoft at the low of the day. Triple
Let's
D
check it
does it
out.
all.
Let's check it
Yeah, he
out.
doesn't do everything right, but
The
he
softy.
he dumped that one out of his long-term portfolio. This one he got right. He did that in the 270 handle. I mean, the thing with this one, if you're still bag holding this, the company on this day, they came out and they gave you bad news. What do you have to do to get someone out? They gave you bad news and they blamed it on the dollar and whatever, the headwinds from that. But they hung up today. We're all suckers. We all want the thing to rally. Put in a hard top here. Boy, if you were
Yeah.
watching your dailies, look at all these highs 72, 70. You even hit 72, 71 yesterday, 73, 73, 13. Someone just being patient. And then today they're like, hey, I'm not selling on strength. I'm selling on weakness. So, Mr. Softy headed back to towards the low of the move, low close of the move. 252, 60, 56. We're still above that.
That monthly chart just shows me a head and shoulders up there. I don't talk too
I
much
know.
about it, but that looks like a head and shoulders, and that's as clear defined as the head and shoulders as I see them come. And you even get a nice little shoulder, right shoulder pop, and so I mean that's usually when the kind of the you can see head and shoulders kind of forming, but it isn't until that right shoulder closes and starts closing that you're like, ooh. And usually as a technical trader, you're like, you start opening your eyes. They're definitely, I think, attacking now through the 280s. They use that as resistance, and you're just seeing it reject off of those levels. It just can't get back to the resistance. So now I would say if it takes out 250, look for that maybe to start acting as resistance, and then it needs to start holding above that. We'll see.
That looks like a right shoulder where they just ripped the arm off.
Yeah, they just dislocated it. They took the arm with it right there. They're just crack. I'll take that. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look here. What's else is being brought up in the chat? We want to go ahead and kind of help you guys on out there. Check out some stocks here. Looks like LMT, Lockheed Martin. Maybe that's holding
LMT,
up.
defense stock. I mean, on days like this, it's hard for anything to hold up. Come on, computer. No, that's having a good day. It's only down $1.97.
Okay.
The defense contractor. Not a good week though. Closing kind of toward the lower end of the week here. A lot of downward momentum. Mm. I'd say here trading 430. I think you're more likely to see those lows at 420 than you will that 440 high. Well, 2 days ago you had a high just over 440. So not liking this one. If I had to find something positive to say, I would say you undercut this low at 27.44, but you are closing above it. You went to 25.75, but unless you want to ride it out to this recent, we got some lows back here. But I don't know. After this one, looks pretty wide open here. If you lose this 25.75 low.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's do one last one here. Sneak one in for Dan Back. I haven't seen him in the chat, and I want to give him a shout out for throwing up a stock there. So NIO, and we at least
And
covered
I
one
was fine.
Chinese stock today.
Yeah, had the earnings yesterday. Held up okay, but then just the sellers are coming back in again.
Coming back in.
Yeah. If you have some profits from here, I don't know. Be tempted to take it. Yeah.
I also think, like, one of the things is that I always try to pay attention to the other EV makers. You saw all of them kind of turn array today, Tesla included. And another thing is there's still kind of these lockdowns going on right now. Until they get full reopening, I think that's when you really start paying attention more to NIO, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, close it on the lows. close. Not
All
what you
right,
want
so
to see. Yep.
take us
Now,
into the close here, Joel. What do we see out there? And are
nothing.
we
We
still
see
leaking?
blood on the streets in the town of New Haven.
Yeah.
98.75. I'm not sure where that 30-second VWAP is going to come in. But fake rally near the end, selling balances. That hurt us. We're in for an ugly Monday here. Monday open. Still continuing. The after hours selling barrage still continues. Uh, Broke down yesterday. Whoever was leaning short into that number, doing good. And now you're in the 3,800 handle. Wow. Yeah, I did. I did love Jim Morrison, man. I still am a huge Doors fan.
Hey,
Born to be free.
got to. You
Oh
can't go
yeah.
wrong with
This is the
that.
I guess we can I guess it will end with a little Doors. This
Hell
is
yeah.
the end, my
This is
friend.
the end.
All right,
Bye.
everyone, have a good weekend. Nothing special in the Belmont. I'm going We the People. He did well in the Peter Pan, but we'll see how he holds up. All right, guys. Take
We'll
it
see you
easy
next
and
week, guys.
see you next week.
Enjoy it, guys. And like always, do some studying up like I'll be doing myself. And we'll see you next week. Of course, right on pre-market prep. Until next time, hit the like, guys. And looks like my internet made it through. So do me the favor, smash it on up. Let's keep this on going. And tell your friends about At the Close. We don't have too many people that we have on pre-market prep on At the Close. We really want to grow this show. So do us a favor, hit the share button and let everybody know this is the show you want to be watching when the market closes. I'll see you next time.